Oh shit, man. Today we got one of the most trending Chicago rappers. He's all over the internet right now. He just dropped a new tape, Retaliation, man. And as y'all know, man, this guy put up hella numbers on our first interview. I'm gonna say like 7 years ago on King Drive, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. First and foremost, I want to say, man, I see you leveling up, man. You maturing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was way different. Like, that first interview, what that shit was like, that was 2015, 16. So,
Yep.
Yeah, 16, no matter of fact, to be exact. So, when I had you come to the trenches. Like,
the trenches, man. Yeah. And, I always bring up that story, man. And, I'll forever thank you for that, because that played a big part on Say Cheese on the Midwest side, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because remember I told you, like, shit, you did everybody else in Chicago, they did it in the house. And like, shit, come to the hood. Like, come to the hood, do this shit, let's do it different. So it's a different look. Yeah. They weren't expecting that. Yeah.
Most def, man. And one clip has 3 million views. I think one of the other clips have another 2-3 million views.
Yeah.
That shit went crazy.
Yeah. For sure.
Now, secondly, I do want to ask you this, man, because I think I heard you was like upset with me or
yeah, man, cause like, I ain't gonna lie, you run the Say Cheese page, the Instagram page and shit.
It's like three or four of us.
So I can't just blame you then, cause I ain't gonna lie, cause niggas only post negative shit on there, like personal shit too, like shit with like shit that shouldn't even be on the internet. Like, I know y'all ain't doing shit but doing y'all job and picking up different stories and shit, but like when it's dealing with like baby mamas and personal shit like that, bro, I don't feel like niggas should be picking up on that shit. Them kids, they're like babies, bro. They precious. That shit ain't for like exploitation, So yeah, I definitely, I'm like, man, I had a bone to pick. I ain't know who was behind that page, but you saying it's 3 of y'all, so I can't pinpoint who be pointing what. But I ain't gonna lie, this. I'm a real one. I don't be liking that shit, bro.
No, for sure. I'm definitely the owner of Say Cheese, so you could definitely come at me. But we post what's out there already.
That's why I said y'all doing y'all job. But it's like, where the positive shit, where the other shit at though. You know what I'm saying? Like post. If you're gonna post everything dealing with somebody. Don't just post the negative, bro. Like.
So you feel like blogs sometimes they put out this negative light on you.
Oh, hell yeah.
This negative narrative.
It's been like that for a long time. Niggas switch up my words and make different headlines or some shit totally different of what I said, and make, like, it'd be like, I don't be really caring because I don't really give a fuck what nobody think about me, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. So you've been knowing me. I got the same attitude from back then. I just moved different because I'm grown. But like, it just be like, yeah, they be trying to paint the narrative like I'm a fucked up person or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never did no bitch ass shit. I ain't never got a nigga locked up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never told on a nigga, been in prison multiple times. You hear me? Like, I'm good. I'm good in the hood because I am who I am. So, like, people get shit twisted from this internet shit and these, but I don't be worried about that shit because I'm me at the end of the day.
So wait, let me put it out there just because it's already out there in all the every time you post this in your comments. So I do want to address it. The triplets, like, people do want to know, like, they look like you. Every time you post this, take care of your kids. I know you see it because we see it.
It be just be on like platforms like y'all's and shit because y'all be picking it up. But like I said, them babies, bro, that shit precious. So people can't even say they be seeing me speak on it. I used to say little shit, but that's a situation, that's real life, and that needs to be taken care of. So,
Most def. I respect it. I respect it. So you, Queen Key, what's your relationship like?
We don't have one. I ain't personally seen her. I talked to her in like 3 years then. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people gonna have their narrative from the internet and they don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Them babies, bro, that shit gonna be taken care of off the internet and the right way. And that's just what it's gonna be. I don't be speaking on them. I ain't gonna speak on them. I don't disrespect them. I don't disrespect her. I don't say nothing. That's some real life shit. Like, so that shit gonna get handled accordingly how it's supposed to, and shit, I leave it off the net.
So. Yeah. You think she she could have handled it, a little bit better.
I don't know nothing about that lady. I don't care about that lady. I don't care what she doing. Everybody see what she doing, and I don't even got to speak on it. I don't even want to speak on her. I
Okay.
don't know her. Like,
Now you just released a new tape titled "Retaliation," man. I would say fires. Rio Flow, that may be my favorite record.
yeah, I appreciate that.
You got Money Man on there.
Yeah.
Speak about the tape because I see the cover art. You got like 8 mugshots going to jail.
Yeah, because I just got out again, basically damn near in March. I just got out again, so it's like, shit, my career been really at halt. I feel like it slowed me down because I always go to jail. You got to think back when after I did the interview with you, I dropped Lou Rawls. I went to jail for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like every time I get, like I'm about to take off, I go to jail. So like now I'm off parole. You know what I'm saying? It's like get back for me. That's why I called it Retaliation, because it's like to get back for me, and that cover just show people what I've been through. You see, that's from young to old, and that ain't even all my mug shots. You know what I'm saying? Like I got dreads, I got mohawks, I got I got facial hair, baby face, like everything. Like it's different. So like shit, with this project is me really like, yeah, I'm back and ain't nothing gonna stop me type shit.
Right.
So like it's and I came with pressure on that. You see, I came with different shit like Free Rio, the Young OG. I did the Rio flow that I really fuck with they sound and shit. Keep his buzz going till he come out real nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got Money Man on the other. I don't really do features. People don't really see me do features. And shit, I got my favorite producer from Mississippi on there. He really produced damn near the whole Art of War. And shit, I got Forever Rolling on there 2 times. Like, shit, Hitmaker, Bankroll got it. So this one was it's like a stepping stone for me. It's like, so I can do different music too. Other than that, just, rah, we'll kill you type shit. I threw some other shit in there too, Yeah.
Yeah. I seen it charted pretty high on Apple Music too, man. You got a great response from this tape right now.
With no, you know what I'm saying? Like, majority of these artists have big ass machines behind them. So when people be looking at it and seeing like all niggas be top 10, top 20 and shit, they get placed there automatically and have a head start because of their label and shit like that, Like, so when you coming from the ground up, really, like, I got a team, but I don't got that type of, like that type of backing. I don't got no Lil Baby and Durk budget and shit. You feel me? Like, so I can't, my face can't, they came from the ground up, but they got it to where now they just gonna put it out there for everybody type shit. So now it's like, with artists like me, like shit, I can chart at 100. I'ma respect it because shit, I charted and I did that shit organically. You know what I'm saying? Like just off the muscle. So, yeah.
So how many times have you been arrested total, you think?
Shit, I can't even count. I've been getting locked up since I was a juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Like the way it works in Chicago, like your parents can come pick you up before you a certain age and shit, and then you have to go to court and you figure it out from there if you got to go to juvie or the Audi home and that shit. But shit, I've been getting locked up for real since I was like 15, bro, 16. And I caught that most serious case in Iowa in 2012. That's what really held on to me. So that's what really was why I kept going back to jail for violations and shit like that, because that was a drug conspiracy and that shit was serious. Other than that, I really didn't beat every other charge I done really had. Only a few charges stuck to me type shit.
Yeah. So. I remember when that situation happened and, everybody was looking around like, damn, Iowa? Like, what the hell is 600 Breezy doing in Iowa?
That was before rap.
That's how you was getting your money and things allegedly?
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about it because I pled guilty. I got caught with that shit red-handed. I pled guilty so they wouldn't put it on nobody else around me type shit. Some shit.
How'd you get caught? Like, you got pulled over?
I was in a drug raid, so I got caught. I'm with my people and they already had their own shit going on. And, like shit, if you fucked up, you see your niggas getting money or you getting money, you want to, sometimes you want to ride another nigga wave and that shit don't get you nowhere. So I'm riding somebody else's wave and walking into an open case. Like, them people ain't know me, they knew them. But I'm a real nigga, so, they were trying to get me to testify against niggas and all type of shit, telling me, we'll send you home to Chicago tomorrow if you do this and do that. And I'm coming back like shit, what y'all said, 10 years plus 5, come on. Cause I know how that shit in the streets. You telling them nigga, ain't no coming back from that, bro. And you ain't never coming back from that. Your whole credibility is over with. So, yeah, I basically got caught up in my people shit in the house, and I was the only one with crack on me. So they really tried to take my shit and divide it and spread it amongst the house. But I'm like, no, I had this many bags exactly, And I went and pled guilty to that shit. I couldn't beat it. That shit was on me. Ain't no possible way I could beat that. Only way I could have got out of it was that my name wasn't on the lease and shit, but I didn't know that shit back then. I was 20. I ain't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shit, yeah, that's basically walked into an open case, pled guilty to what I had and took my time. But, shit, them drug charges and shit don't be that serious, or they give leniency in certain states and shit. So I end up with a 10-year charge with a 5-year charge ran into it. But in Iowa, that 10-year charge cut in half to like 5 years, 4 years and 8 months. But then they gave me probation first. That's how I was even out to be able to do an interview with you ever. You know what I'm saying? When I did the interview, I was on probation for this case. You know what I'm saying? And in 2017, they snatched me at the end of the probation. And in their rules, they can start your number over and send you to the joint with that fresh 4 years and 9 months over your head type shit. So that's what they did to me in 2017. And shit, I did about almost 2 years flat and came home. Shit, about 2019. So shit, that shit, it was just, lesson learned type shit, like I've been doing shit, but I ain't never really got no slap on the wrist and had to go to prison. Like I went to prison, like to the joint. I ain't just go to county jail. Like I went up the road type shit. So.
Yeah. And you spent all 2 years in Iowa?
Yeah. So, it's Iowa jurisdiction. Like I ain't had to, ain't nobody had no charges nowhere else. And, they send you other places when you got warrants and shit in other places and shit. Like, so when they snatched me, I was in Iowa and they basically they just kept sending me around all over the place because I was getting in trouble and shit. So I went from a minimum custody prison to a maximum. So, and that shit, it was still the same shit. Like, I was in there, I knew I had time, so I had to get comfortable for the moment. So I was on some institutionalized shit, living on some prison shit. And, I was cell phones and got COs doing shit for me and shit. So it was like, shit, I was locked up at 600 Breezy, and I'm in Iowa. Ain't nobody famous out there for real, so that shit was different. Cause it's like I'm a superstar in here with these niggas, and they got my music on their tablets and shit like that. So it was way different. I was in Iowa the whole time. I ain't never been to jail nowhere else for real. I'd have been locked up in Chicago, but I always bond out and go to court and end up winning the shit. Like, So.
Yeah. So when you get out, you spend 2 years in Iowa, you get out. Do you get out with nothing? Like,
yeah, it was like I came home with a little bit like I had people that was around me and knew information and they stole money from me. So really, when I came home in 2019, I damn near had nothing. I came home probably 10 G's, 20 G's or something, So it was like had to rebuild and start from the ground up and just get all my money back I lost while I was in that motherfucker. Like, only good thing, like, if I owed a label or any of that shit recouped because I made money while I was booked. So I came home not owing nobody. I came home not in the hole. I just came home. I ain't had shit personally because my people stole from me basically. So
And when you say they stole, is that shit from like streaming? Is that like shit they knew you had tucked away or what?
Like for example, one of my people knew or created one of my accounts for me. You know what I'm saying? That linked to the music. And while I'm locked up, they go into it and instead of the checks coming to my grandma's house or to my pop's crib like they originally was, like real checks, they switched the shit to direct deposit to their bank accounts. And they took all the money. And by the time I get out and, it was like, you know what, you still got the password to this? Let me see that. I know I got some bread sitting there. I go and look and see that shit was switched from the address that I put originally to direct deposit. I'm locked up. I can't do that, so I know what's going on. And it's like a bank statement. They got their government name on them and shit. So it was like that, like some sneaky shit. Like, you gotta watch your people. Like, everybody ain't with you, everybody ain't for you. I'm locked up, nigga. Then, you know what I'm saying, nigga, around my kids and shit, don't, you know what I'm saying, ain't bought my son a pair of shoes, daughter, nothing, ain't gave my mama no money, but you, nigga, just take your money and just be living off that shit. So that's basically what happened.
Yeah. Now, while we're on the tape, you got a song titled 57th or 63rd.
Mm-hmm.
And you're clearly letting them know that's not where you from.
Yeah. Because,
you mentioned a few rappers' names in it. We don't got to get too deep into that, but To speak about 57th and 63rd, because King Von was somebody else who was real adamant about not being from 63rd.
Yeah. So I'm from 59th, 58th, 60th. And shit, we basically, we don't fuck with the niggas from that way, from 57 towards 56 and 53rd and all that shit. And we don't fuck with the niggas on 63rd. So they just like, shit, fuck them niggas. That's basically what that is. Like, the word, everybody knows what's going on. It's just fuck them niggas. I don't be wanting us to be it be shit going on and they try to associate us with other people. And, I'm just 600. I don't know these other niggas. I don't know a lot of these other niggas. I only know a handful of old block niggas that actually done came down to our block. I only know a handful of Lemron niggas. I only know, I know a lot of Front Street niggas because they one block from over from us type shit, like, but I'm 600. Like, all that other shit, like, I ain't associated with a lot of other niggas shit. And that's really be what I be on. Like, shit, like, I'm from right here. And people will try to associate us with a lot of people and mix us up with shit that we having, we got our own shit going on. So I be both shit, I ain't from 57 or 63rd, I'm from 59. And shit, I'm 600. I'm Brick City originally. Niggas know that though.
It's crazy that you say that because, I've been to Chicago multiple times. I've been to them areas you're talking about. I don't think people understand how close everybody is.
We can walk, literally. Like, not a long walk. We can take a 2-minute walk and bump into these niggas. So that's how it's easy for us to get mistaken. Like, I be seeing little shit on like these YouTubers that be talking about shit they don't know nothing about, and they be involved in murders and shit. They be implicating people, and that shit ain't had nothing to do with nothing. And it just be like, they'll say like, oh, this person got killed over here and they from here, and it'd be totally wrong. They don't be knowing what they saying. So it's just like, like, sometimes you just gotta let niggas know, like, oh, we don't fuck with them because they'll put you in the same category and shit and really incriminate you and implicate y'all for some shit that you ain't really had nothing to do with in real life. Like my homie D Rose sitting for 40 years for a body he ain't do because motherfucker implicated him, So, and he really didn't do that shit, but they don't get no fuck. They don't want to hear that from us. Like, they found him guilty in the court of law and he's really innocent. So it's that fucked up. So you gotta separate yourself from certain shit.
So now, it's a lot of Chicago rappers turned bloggers, man. You got Tay 600, FYBJ, man, King Yella. They're more like reporters now. They're bloggers. They're updating their fans on certain shit that's going on in the industry, certain shit that went on in Chicago. What's your thoughts on that? Like a lot of these rappers turning into journalists now.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, the nigga, one of them niggas out that group was getting numbers, and everybody know who it was, so can't really say him. But them other niggas wasn't doing no type of numbers. Period. They ain't had no real buzz unless they did somebody, and that was barely. So, shit, I wouldn't never be no blogger. I wouldn't never sit in the house and just be sitting there talking and talking and talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with me or my people. It's like they being nosy. It's like they being instigators. They just talking about other people's situations and shit they got going on. So I ain't really, that shit, some of that shit be police as hell. And some of that shit just instigating. That's some female shit that they doing. Like, y'all was rappers and now y'all really jumping in something. It's like they riding y'all wave. Like, so I don't agree with it. Like, and I ain't saying that just because I don't like a certain group of them niggas, but shit, it's really all the niggas that call themselves quote unquote ops that's doing it. And, like, you don't really see nobody from outside doing it. I won't even say that's what Tay doing. Tay really be sitting there telling old stories and shit. You know, you don't see Tay getting up there like, oh, in today's news, da 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 da. The rest of them niggas is doing that. Oh, today, anything that happened, they picking it up and they talking like bitches. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like them other niggas, they doing some weird shit. I don't respect it, like, you know. But to each his
So you
own,
think
though.
so you think from being, even being a gangster, like a lot of these dudes, they're from the street. You think that's a line they shouldn't cross as far as, you know, it's like you said earlier, it's like quote unquote being the police.
You know, because you reporting everything and putting your 2 cents on everything that's going on, no matter what it's dealing with. No matter what it's dealing with, they reporting on that shit on their YouTube for views so they can get a check. They ain't doing that shit just because they wanted to be a fucking news reporter, or you know, you niggas was gangster rappers at that. And now y'all doing blogging and shit, you know, like, and they being nosy. That shit some catty tit for tat shit. Them niggas is really paying anything that happened. They go right in front of their TV, in front of their phone, and oh yeah, and today this happened. But you know, that ain't really no street nigga shit, bro. That's not no, you know, if you label yourself a street nigga, if them niggas want to change and be positive, then cool. But them niggas doing that, and then nigga just dropped a diss 2-3 weeks ago saying fuck niggas, dead homies and shit like that. They on that type of shit. So they using everybody else business and they shit to get up there, and then they go and make a diss. Or they get up there and tell niggas to stop dissing and go and make a diss. Contradiction, bro. So I don't respect that shit. That street niggas and the shit that they still doing. One minute they saying do this and don't do that, and ooh, and I'm not doing this because I'm smarter than this, but then turn around and take 1,000 steps back and make a diss song. So shit, yeah, I don't agree, bro. I don't agree with that shit.
I see King Yella taking the positive route though.
King Yella always taking a positive route. That shit cap, bro. He doing that shit for, you know, he not taking no positive route, bro. He do that shit 1 minute and then next minute he wanna be on the bullshit with the rest of them niggas. Like, I don't like dude. I ain't never like dude. I ain't gonna never like dude. So that's just, I'ma always have something to say. Like, I ain't gonna never have nothing good to say about that nigga. So if
Yeah.
he trying to do the positive shit, that's cap. He tried that shit years ago, and oh, I'm shooting a peace video and shit, and like that shit cap, bro. That shit be for the net, cause them niggas say they positive 1 minute and then say fuck one of our dead homies or something, or get the antagonizing us and saying our names, and you know, for clout when we never gonna see these niggas. Like, I bumped into them niggas on accident, bro, and you feel me, and nothing happened, and I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, them niggas playing him. King Yella's a nigga that really wasn't, he don't got nothing to do with nothing. He not from 63rd. He not from nowhere near our area. The block he from, I know some of them niggas and they actually cool, get money niggas. He like just want to be in the mix. So all that shit, bro, I don't fuck with dude. Like, and you see, cause I know you probably bring it up. He talking about he wanted to box for 100K. No, I wanted to fight with these as men. Like, I ain't want to do that shit so you can make no money and none of that shit. I'm doing that shit so we can get our attention off and not on no shooting shit. Like how everybody, all they do is shoot. No, we can be grown men. You steady mentioning me in these vlogs and all this shit. Like, I didn't get up there, oh, I'm a kid. No, we can box. I see you just be prepared to throw them bitches in. He like, shit, I'll fight him for 100K. And the ring. I'm not fighting even no gloves on. You gonna have to, like, it's gonna be that, like me, and we gonna box. Cause they be doing too much, nigga always mentioning me. Like, anything that go on with me, why you know, like, he getting views and headlines off my name. I don't do that with them niggas. I ain't blogging and saying nothing to them niggas and none of that shit. Like, so that should be really corny to me. Cause them niggas sitting all the way in the desert somewhere and don't never come back to Chicago and be in the house and they picking at people and then it's turn around and drop a diss song or something. Like, nah, bro. Like, just leave that shit, bro.
I mean, after speaking to both of y'all, it seems like y'all really never knew each other for real.
You said we never knew each other for real?
Yeah, by speaking to both of y'all over these years, it seems like y'all never really had any bad blood though. It was all internet.
Because this like the problem with a lot of shit that's going on in Chicago. Cause no, I don't know him. You feel me? he's not, you know, like he's not a part of what was going on. He was just a face that wanted to be in it. So it's like it's weird to me because like where you come from, it's about the clout with niggas like him. Like I really was in that struggle and that shit that was really going on with him. Is just for the clout, bro. Like don't nobody know him. He wasn't around for that shit, you know. Like he was one of the people that rode the little JoJo wave. So there's I don't know. That's an internet person. That's
Yeah.
a non-factor for real.
Yeah. Now time goes by. King Yella gets on the internet. He sheds tears to let people know the negative parts of being a gangster. You lose people. You go through grief. It's emotional things that go on. And then you laughed at him.
I laughed at it for the fact that you ain't never seen none of my people getting on the internet crying tears. Cause we used to taking losses because we actually been through the struggle, bro. We actually went through all the bad shit. So no, we not finna get up there crying and shit. Like, you know, and like I said before, the person that, like, not to be insensitive to the person that died, cause I knew him personally. And he was a cool nigga, get money nigga. Like, I know, you know, so I ended up saying it on the internet too, like, you know, rest in peace to him, but, you know, I don't fuck with dude, but it's just like, that just show you that niggas be faking they never been through nothing. Cause if we all been at war for 15 years or whatever, why you jumping on the internet crying after this just right now as a grown man? You know? So that's just what that was, bro. Like, cause most people were like, oh, haha, some people like, damn, he insensitive. It wasn't insensitive, it's just like niggas need to stop faking on the internet, bro, and be who you really are. Like, just be who you really are. Like, it hurted that bad to him at that point because he's never really took no losses for real. You know what I'm saying? So now when you start losing people that's really close to you, and that shit ain't got nothing to do with him or nothing like that. It's just, so he couldn't hold that shit back because he, damn, my homie gone. I've been had them feelings 15 years ago. So, yeah, it wasn't like I was being insensitive to the nigga or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to that nigga Shrimp. He was a cool nigga, bro. I be keep saying that, you know? Like, I know his people and shit, so, but he don't even, you know, he just need to leave that shit alone, to be honest, and just be like, shit, I ain't had nothing to do with nothing, and he just was in it for the clout, bro. Like,
You never randomly break down in tears over your dead homies?
I mean, shit, if that was to happen, bro, I'm not gonna broadcast it, cause then why you recording yourself crying so you can get some sympathy from people? It's all about clout, bro. It's all about clout. If I'm a cry, that means I'm really in pain. I don't have the time to pick up a phone and cry in the phone because I'm really hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that shit fake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I be hurt about my nigga. I got all my niggas tattooed on me. I got so many dead niggas tattooed on me. Like I done lost niggas in my arms in front of me and shit like that. You know, everyday niggas. And shit, I deal with my pain on my own. How we, you know, cause that was what we signed up for. We signed up for that shit. That was the life we was leading and the life we was living. So no, I'm not right now as a grown man. 20 years later, I'm not finna be crying and shit about it because shit, I would have got out of that shit a long time ago if I couldn't handle it.
Yeah. That's real. So look, Quando homie just passed away, right? In LA. And you know, you got on the internet and you know, you said what you said and you know, back and forth. Seems like it's never gonna end. Do you feel like, you know, shit like that keeps it going?
What I say about him?
I think it was like IG lives or like laughing or something. You know how the bloggers, the YouTubers put it
No,
together and
they just threw my name in there. But for example, what they be doing, I ain't say shit. If my homies live and I laughed at something they was saying, they was all off the subject already. I got on there and was like, "Hey, y'all go, like y'all finna start that bullshit." That was it. But the blog's gonna say 600 Breezy said this, and I never said that. So in this situation, I didn't say shit. That's some real street shit. A nigga just died. I'm not speaking on that. That's an open case. I'm not
yo,
speaking on that, bro. I don't know nothing about that. I wasn't around. I don't know. No, that's what I did say. Cause they like, why would you his homie get shot and you drop a project Retaliation? First of all, my tape
I
been
seen
out.
that.
The name for my tape been a month, 2 months already planned in the date that it came out. So that's why I said that shit was a freak ass coincidence. Don't involve me in that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. That's some shit. We don't know. And everybody be pinpointing this and doing shit on the internet trying to, they don't know what happened. Don't nobody know what happened. I don't know what happened. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with people on the internet. They need to stay at home and stick to what they got going on. That's real life shit. Ain't no telling what's going on with that. Like, yeah, I didn't say nothing. I ain't speak on that. That's some real street shit. I'm not speaking on that. The motherfucker just got gunned down in the street. You never gonna see me speaking on that. I didn't say nothing. So they made the headlines and if you go and look at it, if people take the time and don't just read the headline and look, they gonna look and see, damn, Breezy didn't say shit. I didn't say shit. I said I don't got nothing to do with shit, nothing. I don't know nothing about shit. That's it.
You think the whole situation with Youngboy and Quando and Von, it was all over a bitch for real?
I don't really know or care, bro. Cause that shit, it's like we don't really know what's going on, so I can't speak on what's going on because I don't really know, bro. Like the world know about the Quando and Von shit because it was televised. Like I don't have no problem with Youngboy, bro. I don't know them. Like I don't know them. I don't have no problem with him, bro. Like that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Simple. Like I'm at the point I'm strictly 600. I don't got nothing to do with none of the other shit, bro. They can separate me from all of that. I don't know. I never met Youngboy. I don't know him. Whatever. I don't know Quando. Whatever. Like that shit ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. So you won't catch me speaking on none of that shit. Like in the beginning, a nigga was hurt from Von dying. So a nigga was speaking off of emotions. Like I never said no incriminating shit, but I wasn't supposed to be speaking on that shit, period. You know what I'm saying? Like this me as a street nigga, letting like the world know, yeah, I was tweaking anytime, any street shit, even if it's just industry shit and people feel like it's street shit, a lot of shit don't supposed to be spoken on. So with that situation right now in hand, now something happened to Quando people and they gonna automatically try to say, oh, that was woo woo, and don't nobody know what's going on. That man was in Los Angeles. So then everybody pinpointing and putting Youngboy in and he went there. So it's like shit, I don't know what's going on and I don't really care, bro. Like I just be trying to defend Von sometimes and it might come out wrong or people might take it wrong. So I'm done doing that too. Like I said everything I had to say pertaining to Von or whatever. Like, you know, he's got a lot of people that love him and people be playing with his name and shit sometimes. So, you know, and I just seen Kayla B interview too. Like shout out to Kayla B. Like she said she fucked with me. I fuck with Kayla B. But some shit, you know, I ain't gotta answer a lot of questions, but it be in a moment and you be like, just be talking and just be like, you know, but we gotta realize as niggas that come from the streets, this the internet. These global platforms and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never incriminated no nigga. I ain't never said no shit. They got a nigga locked up or looked at by the police. None of that shit. No police shit. So they can miss me with that shit. But it's like some shit just be like, shit, just leave that shit alone. Like leave it wonder. When people ask you certain questions, shit, you don't really know nothing. Like, cause a lot of people just really just tit for tat and putting shit together and they don't really know what's going on.
You know, over the last week, the Vlad interview, you've been on fire with that. Everybody been mentioning your name. Oh, 600 Breezy's a rat. He's a snitch.
Who I snitch on? Who went to jail? Am I anybody's paperwork? None of that shit. So that's why I said they can miss me with that shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but some shit like that's why some shit you just leave it alone. Like, I don't give a fuck because nigga not gonna do nothing to me. Nigga not gonna hurt me, beat me up. I'm going this go for fans. Anybody that be on there talking crazy, they gonna see me and take a picture with me. Oh shit, Breezo. You know how many times that happened? A nigga that was in my comments or in my DM talking crazy, but seen me and took a picture and posted it, not knowing all them old messages and shit still be there when I see that picture I'm tagged in, and I be like, ooh, nigga, I done took a picture with this nigga. This nigga like call me all type of bitch ass niggas, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it be all this shit not real, bro. A lot of this shit not reality. So, you know, like I don't be really caring about what people got to say. I ain't never got a nigga locked up and never incriminated a nigga. So fuck him.
You know, it seems like you were closer to King Von than Lil Durk.
Yeah, so with that, like Von came on our block a lot. Like he was around 600. Like he was close to 600s. He said in his music, he 600, he 600, free bite down, all that shit, you know? So yeah, like I've probably only been around Durk or seen Durk a handful of times. You know, he from past the expressway. We all close to each other, so it was way easier for me to see a person like Bond than Durk because I can't walk to Durk in them hood, but I can walk, and you know we can link up. Me and Bond, Fredo and them Brock Front Street, O Block, all that, like we close to where we can walk. Blackgate, all that shit, we close in a walking area. Like Durk and them Block is across the expressway, so I don't really know a lot of niggas from O Block for real though. I don't really. No, I'm a nigga. I stayed on my block. I'm from 59th. Like I can count on both hands how many times I ever been in O Block. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we all got our own shit going on and shit like that. So I hung in my hood. So Vaughn was a nigga that came down to our hood. So I know him personally. There's a lot of good niggas that don't know me, never seen me, and I never seen them. Main faces too from these blocks. We never seen each other personally. Or if we did, we was at a big event or something, just walk past each other. But it's, you know, he was closer to 600 than a lot of niggas. So shit, that's how I know him for real.
You think you're good on O Block? You think you can go to O Block and walk around?
I'm good anywhere I go. I'm good out of town. I'm good anywhere I go. Ain't nobody that I got a reputation as a knockout artist, so I ain't never been really scared. Like people, you see me state to state. I don't be going everywhere with all my niggas and having an entourage. I be dolo. And a nigga not gonna do nothing to me. So yeah, I feel like I'm good everywhere. I'm good. Why? Now nobody's untouchable, but I'm saying I'm good anywhere and I know how to defend myself too. So I ain't sitting here like, oh, I'm untouchable, nigga can't do nothing to me. But a nigga not gonna do nothing to me though. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't I be good in O Block though? That's one of them ain't our ops. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good anywhere.
It seems like when Vaughn was alive, so many people gravitated around him and he took care of a lot of people. You know, I know Durk fucks with a lot of people, but King Von just seemed like family.
He too real, bro. That's why it's people like when people be asking me questions and I speak on it, it be like, I only be doing that because I be feeling that shit. Von was too real, bro. Like, he was too real. But before the fame and everything, he realer than a lot of niggas that y'all see today that's coming from our neighborhoods that's rapping and shit like that. He was really one of a kind, bro. So that shit be really, you know, it'd be a situation where you usually be like, damn, you just gotta let it go and don't speak on it. But that nigga was too real, bro. You see what he did for his niggas? He came and broke bread and bought niggas chains and shit because he loved them, bro. Them his brothers. You ain't really seen nobody else do. Like, you can't really sit here and tell me you seen nobody else do that out of Chicago and really too much in the industry. Niggas buy their homies chains when they sign them and give them contracts and give them money. He just did that off the love because of what he been through and the type of person he is. He was too genuine, bro. So that's why shit. They in them interviews and shit, niggas be getting me to speak on him because that shit be hitting the heart, bro. He was too real, bro. He was too real, so that shit just be fucked up. Like, damn, like, you know.
Did you watch any of the King Von documentaries?
I really don't watch people's documentaries and shit on YouTube because a lot of that shit don't be right and a lot of that shit be false. So I can't say I actually have watched one of his documentaries because a lot of that shit be false. And just like what the police doing, they just be putting bodies on niggas and saying, oh, he did this to this person. And they don't know nothing. They weren't there. So they just saying shit, and then people, if it get 1 million views, more people gonna start watching it and they gonna believe it. So it's like, you know, copycat, they followers. Like a lot of people be really followers, and one person say something and then they get a lot of buzz and everybody gonna go with it. So yeah, I don't be really watching them documentaries because I used to, and a lot of that shit be wrong. A lot of that shit be wrong. They just be, and that shit be having to do with criminal shit, murders and shit, and they just be pinpointing people and putting names and shit. Like, and that shit, what if the police just decide to draw off some fake shit like that? So I don't watch that shit, bro. Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
Do you know KI personally?
Hell no. I don't know the ops. I know of her because I used to say little funny shit to her and about her, about the way she looked and shit. I think I remember I called her Chicken Little on Twitter before. But yeah, like I don't be personally knowing a lot of them people. Like a lot of them people, that shit was between other niggas. They ain't really had shit to do with us. So, you know, I ain't never seen.
They said she wasn't always a savage like that. They said
she was a girl at one point. They got pictures with her and my homie McAdoo. Like, feel me? Like she was a girl. I don't know if folks was hitting that or not, but you know, I feel like he was because Mac, he one of them. He one of them niggas, and he liked that. He like a ladies man type nigga. You feel me? So he probably could have been, but you know, like yeah, once upon a time she was. Yeah.
There's a whole documentary of her and King Von flirting together, and King Von allegedly liked her, and then he allegedly killed her.
Von a smooth ass nigga. I seen them tweets and shit. He was coming at her smooth as hell. Like he really probably was trying to hit that too. You know, they on the internet. Oh, he was trying to kill her. Man, that man probably was trying to get that pussy for real. That's a female, bro. She didn't always, you know, wear them beads and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Most people be like, that's weird. No, that's a girl. She got a whole pussy, you know? Like, I don't really know too much about it though, so I can't really say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they trying to pin King Von on that too.
They obviously trying to pin everything to him, man. You feel me? That shit ain't right, bro. I'm gonna keep saying that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right, man. Let that man rest in peace. That shit ain't right. I don't know. I don't know what they getting out of that. They gonna get out of just to say we close these cases. They probably don't want to do their job for real, so fuck it. That shit ain't right though. That shit definitely ain't right.
You know, you're receiving a lot of backlash right now because you're saying that King Von would have been bigger than Lil Durk.
I mean, and that's another thing. Like niggas say certain shit and everybody take it personal. Nigga asked me my opinion. So and I broke it down. Yeah, like shit, the nigga was bigger than me. You feel me? Quick, fast. So if I'm saying like, oh, it took a nigga this long and woo woo, like don't get me wrong, Sosa laid the foundation, and then Durk came and just boom and became Durkio and took this shit to a whole nother level. But Von came and moved faster than everybody. Like I can't really say he moved faster than Sosa. They pace was the same. So if his pace was the same as Sosa, he got GOAT level. He goated. He goated. That nigga, because Chief Keef is Chief Keef. And that nigga can't never take that from him. He's gonna be a legend to the day he died and after that. He gonna be Chief Keef. He set the tone for this shit. And niggas gotta give him his props. And Von took cause you gotta think Keef, he came with Bang and like 2 more songs and he was a superstar already. Von came with Crazy Story and was gone. Gone, bro. Gone. Following Crazy. Everything he just, you know what I'm saying? So that was my opinion. Niggas will make it seem like, oh, you hating. How the fuck I'm hating if a nigga asks me my opinion? Yeah, them the guys. Yeah, so I'm feel like, yeah, shit. That's just some honest opinion. If a nigga tell me an honest opinion, how they feel about me or my music and nothing, I ain't gonna take it personal. You know what I'm saying? They ask me a question and I'm shit, they asked me, I told them how I felt about it and explained it. And most people gonna agree and some people gonna be like, oh, he hating. I ain't got a hating bone in my body. I salute every nigga that's doing good and taking care of their people. Feel me? Like, so that's the internet for you though, bro. I hate it. You might really be my last interview. Like this, if it ain't music related, you know what I'm saying? It's just been a long time. So, feel me? Like, why not end it off on a platform that was big for me when I first started anyway? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this might be my last interview anyway, because they be on some, you know?
Yo, do you have any regrets about anything? About the drill era? If you could do anything differently over the past 10 years, what would it be?
What you mean, like clarify it a little bit more? Like just dealing with the drill wave?
Anything. Anything. It could be music, it could be a personal life, it could be the streets.
Oh, shit. That street shit, I couldn't handle that. So I can't say I regret shit that just happened to me because the environment I was in with the drill wave, you know what I'm saying? That shit came like other niggas started that. I just jumped in and I said the most thing I regret in life is shit fucking with certain females. I swear to God, like, yeah, oh shit, this is like your parents, my pops be trying to tell me about a lot of shit and watch what I do with these women, but god dang, that shit, that's really everything else. Like you can handle a lot of shit, but it's hard to handle a woman, especially a woman scorn or any of that shit. They say anything, they do anything. That's really one of my biggest regrets and shit. Like, especially like having multiple baby mamas and shit. Like, I can't just have one family. Like, I got kids, bro. Like, I never let nobody know how many, but I got kids, you feel me? And I gotta, You know what I'm saying? I got to be here. Like, I can't just have a family and just have me, my girl, and all my children because I done did this dumb shit, living a rapper lifestyle and just being around, just, you feel me? Planting my seeds and shit, you know? So that shit, that's really the hardest thing to me in life because I be happy and then it just be shit dealing with my shorties and shit. Sometimes I can't be there for certain shit and that shit be hurting a nigga feelings, you know what I'm saying? I got both my parents, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
my pops and my mama. My grandparents, all type of shit. So I know what it's like to have family. So I be missing out on some shit. I done went to jail and missed some of my kids being born and shit. Like, I done missed first days of school and shit like that. I done missed a lot of shit that's really important. So growing up and becoming a man, that's really be my only regret. It be shit dealing with my children because, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you never think about that. Even with the image I portray from the shit, from how we live, you know, my daughter, 6 years old, she be looking at my videos and shit, and I be having to tell her stop looking at my videos because some of them we waving, you know what I'm saying, props or whatever they say, you know, like we doing drugs and got liquor and shit, like females shaking their ass and shit like that. So it's like, how I'ma tell my baby, you know, like, you know, your daddy was doing that shit, but you not supposed to do it. Like, how I'ma tell my son, like, yeah, I know you seen me gang banging and shit like that, but I had to do that, and I'm doing what I'm doing now, so you don't have to do it. Like, you never really think about that in the beginning, bro. So it just really be, I don't regret shit, but who I laid down with and how I did it, and you know, like, cause it's like, shit, that shit hard, but like I know a lot of niggas feel me on that shit too, cause it's like, shit, you got a few kids in this state, shit, like really all my kids in Chicago, but it's like, damn, like I got all these different attitudes with these different mamas and shit, and ain't no telling how they gonna feel. Like, it's like, if I could tell anybody anything, like, you coming up and any athletes, rappers, anything, like, don't just be laying down with these women, cause shit, you gotta raise them kids, bro. And it's not gonna be easy raising them kids. And you got all these different baby mamas, and how you gonna be there equally for everybody. Like, especially if you're on the road, I be on the road and shit, so I can't take 2, 3, 4 kids with me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the shit I'm into in life, period, coming from the whole drill wave, I don't feel safe doing that. So it's like, it just be a lot, bro. It just be like,
You think they make your life harder?
not the kids, but the mamas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
the baby moms, not the
yeah,
kids, but
hell
the
yeah.
moms.
Everybody go through that a lot, but it's like, you know, some understand it and some don't want to understand. Some was around on some trying to trap you shit, and some really was genuinely fucking with you and really had a lot of love for you. So it's like they don't really give you no issues. But like, yeah, like that shit, man, is like, really, once you come to a certain point in life, shit, it's the only thing. And for you lived your life, you still living, but you got to live for them kids and you got to raise them kids. So shit, it'll be like, damn, like how the fuck? What if I got 2 kids in different states and they both graduate on the same day? How the fuck I'm gonna pull that off? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, be smarter about how you do it, and you know what I'm saying. Just like, you can fuck all you want to, but it's when them kids get involved, that shit become a headache, and it pull you from here to there. Like, I got birthdays after birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga don't get no break for real. But that was all me. That was my doing. You know. So
Why don't you reveal how many kids you got? Is that something you like to keep private?
yeah, cause people don't know my kids. Some people thought I ain't have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So it's like, they precious, they babies, they kids, even if they, like, my son 10. So it's like, he ain't no baby no more, but still, that's my shorty. And, you know, I gotta keep them safe. I gotta keep them protected. So I don't give no fuck about how people feel on the internet. I'm not showing off my shorties. I'm not showing off that side of me being a parent until I'm ready to do that. Till I know my kids is safe and can't nobody get to them and do nothing to them. That's when people gonna start seeing me with my shorties and shit like that. But I'm not doing that right now because it's the internet. Why? These grown people, and they focus on children. Worry about your own kids. Worry about your, you know what I'm saying? Like, your own bills, your own all that shit. Like, I don't really feel like people need to broadcast their kids and post their kids, because then now you putting them in danger, especially the shit I come from. I ain't come from no clean cut shit. I wasn't no computer nerd and ain't got no, I grew up having enemies. So it could be a nigga that lived right next door to one of my baby mamas, even though they ducked off and I don't know. And now I'm broadcasting my son, and nigga like, oh shit, that's his son. Let's kidnap him and get a ransom. Like anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect them shorties and shit. Like niggas like Boosie can post their kids. Cause he on the estate in a big ass mansion and feel me? They all right. They good. They protected. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't into none of that bullshit no more. Boosie done at 40, he done did what he did. So it's like, with me, it's still shit going on around us or people just trying to put us in shit or whatever the case is. So I gotta keep them shorties safe, bro. So like, hell no, I don't feel like it's nobody's business. I ain't gonna never tell them how many kids I got. I ain't gonna never really post my kids. I used to in the beginning of my career when they was real little, but now it's like, shit, this shit don't say 600 Breezy and friends and family. This shit say 600 Breezy. So they coming looking for me, they gonna get me. I'm not showing the people my kids and shit. Fuck that. Cause some of the motherfucker call one of my kids ugly or some weird shit like that, now I'm finna snap. Cause that's my baby. You feel me? Like, hell no, bro.
So pretty much people got you misunderstood. It's not that you're a deadbeat. You just don't show that side of you.
Yeah, I don't, cause it don't really matter. And I don't really, like people talking about me. They can say what they want to say. People talking. So like they see me, oh, his ass a deadbeat. Not knowing I just came from a birthday party and spent 10,000 on that motherfucker. I take multiple trips to Disney World and shit like that. Like I'm paying for everything, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So they gonna look at one situation because of what they feel like they know, because it's broadcasted on the internet to be like, oh, whatever. But that shit don't move me, bro, because I know what I'm doing for real. Like that shit don't move me, bro. Like so, shit. They can call me that forever, but shit, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I'ma still do what I gotta do for my shorties. Like simple.
Yeah. You said that God, I don't want to misquote you, but you said that God, he sent home
Misquoted
King.
it. So I'm glad you said that too. Like I ain't really want to speak on it, but it's just like, once again, these blogs and shit put it in words that they want to and say it how they want to. Me saying God called somebody home and me saying that he let somebody die is two totally different things. So I'm speaking out of a genuine place in my heart about how I feel about the higher power and what I felt like could have been the situation, and niggas gonna put it as, oh, he said he let him die. Well, that's two different things. That's why I don't want to do interviews no more. So I don't want to talk to people no more, because they're gonna do what they doing. They gonna paint a picture of you as a bad person and make it look like you saying dumb shit or stupid shit or whatever. I said that shit because that's how I feel. Spiritual people felt me. I know it's plenty of people in life they felt like God just, God called them home. Because heaven's supposed to be the lasting place you go to, and that's supposed to be better than the shit we living in right now. I feel like we living in hell. So yeah, they misinterpret a lot of shit, and I feel like they do that on purpose. So I'm just over it. Like I be really speaking out of a genuine place, like, and people, they don't even look at the videos to see what you actually said. They gonna go off what the headlines say, and everybody gonna run with it, and everybody gonna pick it up and be like, "Oh, he said this," and the nigga never said that. It's two different things, man.
Yeah. I mean, you seeing all these Ricos going on. You feel like that really could have happened in Chicago though? Like you stand on that?
It happened before us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the thing with Ricos involve money. So coming from Chicago and coming from a place of where it's just nothing but really gang violence, they don't care to do a RICO on niggas if ain't no money involved. The government want money. They don't care about black people killing each other. They look at it like, shit, we getting them monkeys off the street, or we getting them animals off the street, or they gang members. They don't care about their life. They killing each other, let them kill each other up. That's why it take the police so long to pull up when somebody gets shot. That's why the south side of Chicago has no trauma centers, because they want that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really feel like we could have had Ricos, because that's like racketeering and shit like that. It's dealing with like what's the word? I'm fucking looking for extortion and shit like that. That's dealing with bigger shit. Is dealing with money. So I don't really feel like I know I said that, but recanting that, I don't really feel like they was gonna hit Chicago with Ricos because it wasn't nothing but violence, and they not sending niggas federal for just violence. Niggas go to the feds that have power and money that they need to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? And if they feel like you're too powerful and getting too much money and helping your people, they gonna try to lock you up and throw you away. But you ain't really seen no Ricos that was just involving some street beef. They can't even pinpoint what shit was going on. So when it's money though, they got a trail of shit. And they watching niggas with that trail. So yeah, dawg, they really probably weren't gonna do no Ricos on like the drill wave rappers because there wasn't no money involved. So that was like the feds gonna look at that shit like, shit, what we gonna get into that for? What we gonna get out of that? Gonna take up space in jail when we can go get these niggas that's making millions of dollars and selling drugs and shit like that. Like, it's just different. So now they want to hit us with no Ricos, but niggas went to jail. Like, I done lost half my block to just jail. You know what I'm saying? So shit happened. You might as well say niggas got Ricos because a lot of my niggas got 40 years and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we trying to get them back. So yeah, it's just fucked up situation. I don't wish that shit on nobody at my worst enemy, bro. I don't wish that jail shit on no nigga, bro. That shit terrible. Yeah.
Speaking of jail, Lil J he served 7 years, got out. I did his first big interview. It was crazy, going against all the rumors and shit like that. Dude, you've been to jail plenty of times. Yeah. Are rumors like that? Do people just make up rumors like that,
lying, or that's real? If you got people calling from jail and people getting out and multiple people before he was even free, they were saying the things that they were saying about him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because there's proof of that. Ain't nobody finna, you know what I'm saying, just make up those type of allegations on your name and just run with it unless it's a bitter female or something like that. These are grown men in jail that just spent 7 years of their life around this dude, so they know. And this shit been coming out before he was free. So it ain't like nobody hating on him or none of that shit like that. Cause Chicago, a lot of Chicago niggas don't be on no super hating shit or whatever, but that's just real life shit. Like, it's people calling from jail. It's one nigga like the bloodbath nigga. He called and he's speaking genuinely. He like, man, I'm only saying this because I don't want him to go and spread this to these people and I'm trying to protect the women and woo. But people gonna look at him like he was a hater. But he's saying, no, we seen the paperwork in here. Fool got this shit. He was doing this. And we just telling y'all so y'all can be safe. Cause he gonna obviously not tell y'all. So that shit real, bro. I believe it. Cause I've been hearing it for years and years and years and years and years. And ain't nobody finna keep up that, like, you was doing that shit. Like, years and years of people saying that you was doing it. So, like, some people got to live in their truth, bro. Because you playing with people health and safety and shit. Like, if that's your preference and you supposed to have these type of things people saying, like, do the right thing and stick to your lane of people that's already got them type of things and y'all life already where it's at or whatever. Don't fuck up the community and don't spread that shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you killing the population with that shit, Like, I can't speak too much on it because you know how they feel about that. You speak on it, they gonna cancel you and shit. But, like, just shit, don't be hiding that shit in line. Be real about that shit. Like, that nigga probably thought he wasn't coming back for real. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, that ain't, hell no. It's women in there. It's women CEOs, women counselors, women nurses, all that shit, So it's just a fucked up situation, bro. Like, I just want everybody to be safe and be healthy and, go get regular checkups, shit like that, because people are out playing dangerous games, bro, and they don't care about nobody else's health.
Most def. When he got out, Charleston White felt like he was going backwards. I mean, he got out on the same thing he went in for, a lot of dissing and things like that. You feel like he was carrying it wrong when he was out the first time?
I mean, that's true. Like, that is true that he came out doing the wrong things, but like, I was looking and seeing, because his first song he said something about me, so he caught my attention a little bit. So I'm now watching, and people only paying attention to the negative. When he was dissing and saying niggas' names in the songs, his views were shooting up. But when he was just trying to make a bullshit little dancey song, his views ain't do what the other shit did. So he probably felt like he needed to walk backwards. But look where it got him. He didn't even get to enjoy his freedom that much. And you right back locked up. And you on parole, so you gotta finish your parole time. Then you gotta deal with, in the midst of that, they gonna figure out what they do with you. But you gotta deal with the parole shit and then facing the charge. If you're gonna be found guilty or not guilty. So now, if I just did 7 years and I came out and shit, it seemed like shit was gonna go good for me, and now I'm back in that bitch in the hellhole. Ooh, my stomach hurt so bad, bro. It'd be like, God damn, like I just escaped this shit. I'm back eating steak trays and in the hole on this little ass cot. Like, yeah, some people just go, he probably didn't feel like he was going backwards, but he's going backwards because shit, people weren't gonna take heed to him just coming out and be like, yeah, I'm being positive and I'm changing my life around. People pay too much attention to the negative. So he came out being negative, and then that karma came right back around, and he right back in there and got to finish the parole time and then face the new time. So people posting it like, oh, his shit 2023, his parole discharge. Yeah, that's just for the violation. Now he gotta, win. He can win or lose that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't wish that jail shit on nobody, so I don't hope he lose and all that shit like that. But it's a fucked up situation, bro. For real.
Yeah. Top 5 Chicago rappers.
Top 5 Chicago rappers. Fat Money. That's Ty Money. Wait, dead or alive? Let me pause.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? So L.A. Capone, Young Pappy, E-Day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's too hard, bro. Cause them 3 people, they dead and gone. So they legendary status. I don't even want to put nobody else's name behind there. So I'm gonna stick with that 3. Top 3 that's gone. L.A. Capone, Pappy, and E-Day. Yeah.
Not Kanye, not Common, not a Chief Keef.
Alive, top 5 Chicago. So I'm gonna do it separately.
Yeah, no, I said dead or alive.
Yeah, but I don't want to mix the 2, so I'm gonna do 2 different. Alive. Is we speaking lyrical or we just speaking
whatever that's in your top 5? Your top 5 is not wrong,
so
bro.
Legendary status, Chief Keef gonna get number 1 hands down. And lyrically, Ty Money. He changed his name to Fat Money. Herbo. I don't really listen to melodizing music and shit like that, but I can't be a hater, and you gotta give it to Durk. He definitely in the top 5. He Durkio, And lyrically, Kanye. Gotta throw Kanye in there, bro. Cause I fuck with Common, but I can't say he better than those people. I fuck with Lupe Fiasco. I can't say he, so that's my top 5 alive, and then that's my top 3 that's dead.
Man, you and Durk haven't been seeing eye to eyes of late, huh?
I ain't got no issue with Durk. I just don't. That's not. I don't want to say that's not my homie, but that's like we from 2 different sets. We from the same side. When they look at it with the BDGD shit, that shit don't matter. Like, that's just what they looked at it from back in the day, and they making it seem like the B's and GD's supposed to beef. It's not like that for real, bro. That shit internet. But, like I said, he from across the expressway. I ain't never really had no super relationship with Durk. I only been around Durk a few times. So I don't have no problem with Lil Durk, and we don't be beefing that they be the internet. I could be on live with a nigga like Mimo and say something, and they gonna put up a headline and say we was talking about him, and he know damn well we wasn't talking about him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it'd be like, that's the internet portraying that like we got beef or whatever. I ain't beefing with Durk. I've never been beefing with Durk. I'm never gonna beef with Durk. Like that's just the internet though. They be portraying that image and that should be clickbait and people be really clicking on that shit, bro. They be clicking on it just because it say, oh, such and such said such and such about such and such. And that should really go up and get 1 million views or something. And I'd be like, God damn. Like, but yeah, I ain't never in my life had no, I ain't like shit. If a nigga ain't seen eye to eye with me, that's on them. I'm a grown man, we grown. Niggas can know how to call my phone and say something, but that ain't the case here. Cause shit, I feel like if we had an issue, he'd say something, So I ain't got no problem with him. It ain't the fact we ain't seen eye to eye. But why? What made you say that though?
Just like I said, YouTube videos and
Yeah,
shit.
YouTube, that should be clickbait, bro. Like, it was a live where I ain't say nothing. And Mimo just on there talking. And I'm just laughing and you feel me, telling folks to chill out. And they put it up there and said that, oh, I had something to say about a nigga and I ain't say nothing. They keep doing that, bro, and people run with that shit. So I paint a picture of me like I'm a hating ass nigga or some shit like that, bro. I'm one of the most genuine, coolest niggas you gonna ever meet. Niggas know that shit. Like I don't be hating on niggas. I salute niggas. I don't got no problem with people, shit like that. Like I'm a fighter, so if I feel like a nigga got a problem with me, I'm gonna be trying to be on some shit. Where you at, bro? We can get it off our chest, like men. I've been like that my whole life. So yeah, I don't be having no problem, baby. That's clickbait. The internet, bro. They be really painting a bad picture and they be lying. But people really don't take the time to go and look at the shit they posting when they saying it. They just gonna go off the headline. I done said that like 4 times in this interview. They gonna go off the headline. They ain't even gonna pay attention to what was really said or what was going on. So, see how you think we got a problem because of what the fuck they saying. I ain't got no problem with that, man, bro. That's crazy.
Now, lastly, is it more GDs or BDs in Chicago now? Has it changed over time or not
It's
really?
more GDs in this country. You feel me? Gangsta Disciples is one of the biggest gangs in the country. BDs ain't no big, they ain't no big faction. They small. So no, it's a lot of fake BDs in the world. Chief Keef BDs, niggas that like it's a lot of Nipsey Hussle Crips and shit. Like when people look up to certain people, whatever they repping and claiming, they just want to go with that. So it's a lot of people in the world claiming they BDs and they really not, and they don't know nothing about it and shit. But the GDs just so happen to be a big faction. That shit all through the country for real. Half them niggas fake too, cause Larry been denounced from that shit in the 90s. But shit, they still gonna run with that shit cause they probably looked up to people who were GDs and shit like that. So it's always gonna be more GDs everywhere because like BDs and you can't just go everywhere and see no BDs. That shit rare. That shit like like that's why it's so special to certain people because niggas like what is that? I never heard of that. Like niggas the whole world know about GDs in the 90s and shit. Niggas ain't know about the BDs for real until music.